Hi guys. Now you may be wondering why I'm doing a live stream right now, but look, you guys, I'm doing a reviews, doing three reviews and one just by myself here today. Now, I don't want to go through the trouble of having trouble editing or um having to get my video exported for the last three Wes Anderson films I haven't yet reviewed here on my channel. So I figured I would do a stream talking about them with you guys and also get to chat with you guys here a little bit, so that way I don't have to have constant mess ups in my edits. Or if I mess up in the stream, it's nothing that you really need to worry about, because we're all human. So, and because the French Dispatch actually gets its physical release tomorrow, I figured just do the stream now, so that way I have the series done in time before um before the French Dispatch tomorrow on Blu-ray. So without all that out of the way, guys, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and also click on that notification bell to get notified of every single video I upload here on the channel. If you guys enjoyed this, you guys also enjoy streams like this, and you guys want to see me do more streams like this, also with having a collaborating guest to do a live movie review, make sure you hit that thumbs up and let me know down in the comments below, or let me know in the chat if you'd like me to do that kind of stuff, because I would be more than happy to actually do that. So, but anyways, guys, let's just get right to the chase. Of the first one, which will be Moonrise Kingdom, which, if you guys know me personally, this is my favorite film from Wes Anderson. So basically, it follows two young characters of Sam and Susie who run away from their hometown in England, and basically it causes a whole search party to find them, which includes Susie's parents, played by Bill Murray and Frances McDormand, Scoutmaster Ward, which is Sam's scout leader, which is played by Edward Norton, and Captain Sharp, played by Bruce Willis. Now, one thing I really love so much about this movie is the back and forth with the characters. It it actually spaces out the time with the characters for most of it. It doesn't just go like just focus on these two and then have just these people come in for a small cameo. Because Wes Anderson's not just like that. He actually wants to have you feel for these other characters in certain moments, because he loves making movies like that. He doesn't just want to just have you just feel for one character and then just be like, okay, let's move on here. Let's move on to another character. He's currently not like that, which is something that I love about him. And I can guarantee with the French Dispatch, I'm pretty sure he'll actually tell some good stories here and there with the other films that he hasn't done yet. What am I saying? We're telling the story with each actor that is involved, is what I'm trying to say. But again, another thing that I also love about Moonrise Kingdom is how different it is from typical romance movies. It makes so much sense to me, like having the having the couple not just be attracted to each other, but also try to do different things to actually make sure they're just alone by themselves. And I think it works so well in this type of films logic, because Wes Anderson knows how to do that. Like, he can make so many good original projects to where it's you actually understand what's going on, but at the same time you feel a little bit weirded out, like this is actually happening. It just makes so much sense to me. And they do other things that you don't see a normal couple, not just a normal couple, but a normal kid couple doing at this matter of time. It just works to me. The performances are all solid. I love every single performance in this movie, especially from Edward Norton as Scoutmaster Ward. He plays so against type in this movie. He plays so against type. And I have to commend Edward Norton for that. I cannot wait to see him in Knives Out 2. Bruce Willis, this may be his best like performance like to date, in my opinion. I know, hot take only, but you know what? I love giving out the hot takes. So yeah, I mean, I love Bruce Willis in this film as Captain Sharp. He's funny, charming, and it's just delightful. Like with both Norton and Willis, kind of their chemistry together, it just feels kind of it feels heartwarming to me. And also like the chemistry between Kara Hayward and Jerry Gilman, the ones that play as Sam and Susie. It's a really sweet connection to me. Like it works so well. Like the way that Wes Anderson puts it to me. Like it just works out to me so well that I'm just like, okay, I see where he's going with this. Like I can completely see like what he's trying to do with the story here a little bit. He's not just trying to mess with the audience's minds, but he's also trying to make the audience feel a little bit more weirded out than they're supposed to, which I really do admire about this movie. And gotta say what's up to my buddy Alex Lopez, aka King Alex is awesome on Instagram. Go follow him. He collects a lot of awesome Funko Pops for his collection. So many Funko Pops that I can't even count them anymore. But what's up, my dude? He says Moonrise Kingdom is one of the biggest surprises for me in his filmography. I wasn't really surprised that I was going to love it because, I mean, as you've seen, I pretty much loved or really liked most of Wes Anderson's films, minus Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. But in any case, with Moonrise Kingdom, he's continuing to prove himself that he's one of the best filmmakers in the industry. But his films are pretty much like an acquired taste, in my opinion. But I absolutely love Moonrise Kingdom, and also I have to say, like, what's another thing I want to talk about? Frances McDormand and Bill Murray as the couple or as the parents of Susie. They pretty much hate each other, but it's so well done to me. Like, oh my god, it is just so priceless to me. Like, it is so priceless the way that they talk to each other, and they don't even like they barely even talk to their kids. Like, I just find that so funny. Like, I don't know why. I just find it funny. Alex says, I think after Fantastic Mr. Fox, his films became more world building and yet more European Wes Anderson films. I can agree with you there, actually, because he actually does more world building in the rest of his films. Like, even after, like, morely after Darjeeling, like, I think it's after Life Aquatic where he actually started to really get better. Like, even with the Darjeeling Limited, which I think is his most underrated film to date, in my opinion. But I do love the Darjeeling Limited for various reasons. If you guys have not seen that, go check out my review. It'll be in the playlist. But with this movie, Moonrise Kingdom, like, it's not just focusing on the scouts. It's not just focusing on Susie's parents. It goes back and forth with each character, like, not just focusing on just one specific person. It works so well to me. And I'm glad that Wes Anderson can pull something like this off. And the production design is fantastic, like Alex pointed out. Yeah, he said his production design is amazing, especially Grand Budapest Hotel. We'll talk about Grand Budapest Hotel in a little bit there, my friends. So patience, patience. And he says that his favorite film of his was Rushmore. I think it's my third favorite. Or no, fourth. Actually, with Fantastic Mr. Fox, Grand Budapest, and Moonrise Kingdom beating it out for me. Personally, the direction is great. Cinematography is beautiful, beautiful looking, and I can't tell you guys how much I love this film. And I have the Blu-ray for Moonrise Kingdom. This is just the standard Blu-ray released. That's not the criterion. I don't really like the way the criterion really looks for this movie. It feels kind of cheap and plain to me. I kind of like this cover a little bit better because you actually get a viewpoint with all of the characters. So yeah, and I absolutely adore Moonrise Kingdom. It is my favorite film from Wes Anderson. Of course, if you guys already know, it would get an A+ in my actual review, but I'm doing this live, so again, I will say the grades for each of these for me personally. But yeah, I do love Moonrise Kingdom. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, for sure. And of course, my favorite Wes Anderson film. I absolutely love Moonrise Kingdom. And let's continue on without wasting too much time. Hold on. Sorry. Sorry, guys, I had to sneeze. But the next one is, you guessed it, the Grand Budapest Hotel. And my buddy Alex Thomas has the criterion of this one, but I just have the standard Blu-ray for this. But you know what? I'm glad I have the standard Blu-ray. I kind of do like this cover, for sure. The cast is phenomenal. Of course, you got people like Ray Fiennes, F. Murray Abraham, Tony Revolori. Yeah, I think that's how you say it. Saoirse Ronan, Leah Seydoux, Edward Norton, Bill Murray, Willem Dafoe, Matthew Almeric. Who else? I know I'm kind of cheating here. Adrian Brody, Jeff Goldblum, Harvey Keitel, Jude Law, Jason Schwartzman, Tilda Swinton, Tom Wilkinson, and Owen Wilson. Excellent cast. This might be his most stacked cast yet. Well, maybe besides the next film, which we will get to. But yeah, I love the Grand Budapest Hotel. It's like it feels kind of like a little bit like a whodunit to me, and it just works to me so well. Like in the style of Wes Anderson, like the style of this film is just so well done. It's just, oh my god, I can't gush enough about the Grand Budapest Hotel. Performances are all solid, especially from Ray Fiennes, who I think may have given his best performance maybe since In Bruges. I'm fully convinced of that, if I'm going to be honest. This might be his best performance of his whole career. Maybe, but I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up between this and In Bruges for me. But I love the Grand Budapest Hotel. Tony Revolori as Zero in this movie was also really good. This was his debuting role before he eventually got known as Flash Thompson. But yeah, I love Tony Revolori in this movie as Zero. Edward Norton's great in the movie as well. He's funny. And Saoirse Ronan's also really good. A lot of great characters in the movie. And also the way that the film is directed feels like an old school type of movie, which is something that I love about Grand Budapest. Adrian Brody was also really good. Willem Dafoe as well. Oh my god. I loved Willem Dafoe in the movie. He was so freaking funny. And Owen Wilson was also really funny in the movie too. Like pretty much everybody in the movie was funny. I could not point out like a single weak link to any character in the Grand Budapest Hotel. And I love every minute of it. Like, it's funny, it's delightful. Like, I just can't get enough of the Grand Budapest Hotel. And even though I've only seen all of his films once, I do eventually want to go back and revisit all of them at some point, maybe except for Life Aquatic. But I love the Grand Budapest Hotel. Like, I just absolutely love this film. I know a lot of people would say that this is their favorite Wes Anderson film. I kind of disagree, if I'm going to be completely honest. But just because Moonrise Kingdom is still my favorite to date from Wes Anderson. But with this movie, this is actually one of the, like, it's the only Wes Anderson film that actually was nominated for Best Picture. like surprisingly enough, like most of his films really should be nominated for Best Picture, maybe except for Life Aquatic. But Grand Budapest Hotel is the only Wes Anderson film to ever be nominated for Best Picture. But I don't know. Let's get back to the chat. Remember, I got the Grand Budapest Hotel 2-pack that is limited to 1,500, and it's worth a lot of money. I did not really know about that. This film. The film is his most critically acclaimed film to date and one of the best of 2014. I agree, for sure. Wes Anderson really saved Adrian Brody's career. Yes, he did. And Willem Dafoe could be any villain. I would fan cast him for as Hades if Disney remake Hercules. Okay, fair enough. And also, Jason Schwartzman was really good in the movie as well. Jeff Goldblum. I can't praise these performances enough. Like Saoirse Ronan, Leah Seydoux, Tilda Swinton, Willem Dafoe, and Harvey Keitel, and pretty much everyone else involved in this movie did a phenomenal job. Like, I pretty much loved everyone in the Grand Budapest Hotel. Even if it's not, like, the best type of character that you're going for, like if it's a villainous character or anything like that, they're at least willing to be funny when you want them to. Like, it just works to me. Like, it really, really does work. If I'm going to be completely honest, because when you have Wes Anderson attached to a project like this, you know it's going to work when you have so many different characters attached to this project. And I just can't praise the Grand Budapest Hotel enough. It is just freaking awesome. It's a great film. It's very funny. And Wes Anderson's second best film to date. But I cannot... Dude. I just love the Grand Budapest Hotel. If you guys can't even tell, I love both this and Moonrise Kingdom. And I also love the next one we're going to talk about here in just a few minutes. But yeah, if I were to grade the Grand Budapest Hotel, I would give it an A+, of course. But I just can't praise the Grand Budapest Hotel enough. And not even any of the last three films, like after Fantastic Mr. Fox, like, or even after Darjeeling Limited. I always could just praise these films from the bottom of my heart because they're so endearing to me. Like, they're funny, they're charming, and like they show you what Wes Anderson can really do at making a good movie. So, but that's just me personally. Tilda Swinton is the queen of method acting. I don't know. That's a good point though. I will say that for sure. That is a good point. My boy Zach Milne is in the chat. How you doing, buddy? I really have to check out Wes Anderson's stuff. I hear this is a great movie. You should. Well, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I just say give Life Aquatic a try, but I don't know if you would like love it, or not really like it like I did. But I think you might get a kick out of Wes Anderson's style, but it's definitely an acquired taste for most people. But I think it would. I think Zach, I really think you actually would really like this movie. So, or any of the other Wes Anderson movies, especially like Moonrise Kingdom or Darjeeling Limited or Rushmore or Royal Tenenbaums or even Fantastic Mr. Fox. I think you would really like these movies. So I'd say give them a chance there, my friend. Like, they have Fantastic Mr. Fox and Isle of Dogs on Disney Plus, if I remember right. So yeah, you can watch them on Disney Plus if you want to, but the rest I think you really have to figure out for yourself. And last but certainly not least, guys, here we go. Isle of Dogs. And yes, I got the Blu-ray with the slip. I got it for about $10. If you guys saw my October Blu-ray haul. And this one is fantastic. I absolutely love Isle of Dogs. The claymation style of it is perfect in my mind. And this one, this might have even more stacked cast than Grand Budapest Hotel. Because I'm going to read them all off the Blu-ray here. I know, cheating, but zip it. I don't care. Anyways, it's got Bryan Cranston, Koyu Rankin, Edward Norton, Liev Schreiber, Bill Murray, Bob Balaban, Jeff Goldblum, Scarlett Johansson, Kunichi Nomura, Tilda Swinton, Ken Watanabe, Akira Ito, Greta Gerwig, Takayama. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Francis McDormand, F. Murray Abraham, Courtney B. Vance, Yojiro Noda, Fisher Stevens, Mary Nasuki, Nijiro Nirikami, Yoko Ono, Harvey Keitel, and Frank Wood. Yeah, there's so many people in this movie, like so many great names attached to this movie. Again, the claymation of this movie, like Fantastic Mr. Fox, is perfect. Like it's so well done. It's stop motion, like Fantastic Mr. Fox, like also like Shaun the Sheep or Wallace and Gromit, or any Aardman project that you see. It works. Like I love that style of animation because it's so interesting and different to me. And Isle of Dogs is no exception. And the person that played the little kid that played as the 12-year-old kid in this movie that was looking for spots, the missing dog in the movie, did a great job in it as well. Bill Murray was great. Bryan Cranston as the chief was also really good. So, like, I cannot praise like these performances enough. Bryan Cranston as chief again, fantastic. Jeff Goldblum was great. Bob Balaban was great. Edward Norton as Rex. God, I love. Can you guys tell I love Edward Norton? I'm not like he's like one of in my top 3 favorite actors of all time because he's like such an interesting actor and he takes on some very different projects like that I wouldn't expect Norton to actually do. So, but let me get back into the chat for a couple of minutes. I've actually seen Fantastic Mr. Fox. That was a good one. Oh, wow. It's the only Wes Anderson movie you've seen, huh? But joking aside, Zach, but I'm glad you really enjoy Fantastic Mr. Fox. I think you really should check out the rest though, because like all the others, like you don't have to do them in order. Just do them any way you desire is what I would say. Yeah, I thought Isle of Dogs is good, but I prefer Fantastic Mr. Fox. I do too, but I still really wanted to talk about Isle of Dogs because I think it's a pretty not really underrated, I would say, more of like kind of an underappreciated Wes Anderson flick, in my opinion. I think that one's pretty underappreciated. Like, I do really love Isle of Dogs. I will talk about it a little bit more in detail. Wes Anderson even casted Yoko Ono as a minor part in the movie. Yep. I've seen so far 8 Wes Anderson movies. You're only missing 2 as of right now. What are the 2 that you haven't seen? Is one of them The French Dispatch? That's the only one I haven't seen. Is The French Dispatch, and that gets released tomorrow. So I really definitely gotta check that out, and I will get a review up for that as well when I eventually watch it. I will talk about it in further detail. So yeah. Oh, there. Sorry about that. He said Bottle Rocket and Darjeeling Limited. Okay, he did see The French Dispatch. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I definitely would love to see The French Dispatch because I love Wes Anderson. The cast is great and everything, But definitely check out both of them, Alex. I think you would really enjoy both of them, both Darjeeling and Bottle Rocket. But getting back to Isle of Dogs, the animation style, like I said, is great. The way that film was directed is great. Like, I can't praise Wes Anderson for his direction in any of his movies enough. It's just so well done. It's well looking. It just feels so fresh. Like, I just can't. I can't praise this enough. Like, the cast is great, the direction is great. Like, pretty much everything about this film is great. But I'm not going to downgrade this movie too harshly for my one little gripe about this movie, and that is like not trusting the audience with subtitles, because there were times where they actually spoke in a different language and I couldn't really understand what they were trying to say because there was no subtitles added to it. So I was like, okay, what are you doing? You're kind of throwing me off here a little bit. But I'm not downgrading this film too harshly because of that, because I adore pretty much the rest of this movie. Not just because of its cast alone, but its animation style, the way that they tell the story, and just altogether a well-made movie. And I absolutely adore Isle of Dogs, and this one also gets an A plus as well. I pretty much give all three of these an A plus. But guys, I know this is a pretty short stream, but I wanted to get my thoughts for these three films out of the way first before the French Dispatch's physical release tomorrow. And I definitely will be buying the French Dispatch if my Walmart actually does have it. If they don't, apparently, I'll just be like, okay, I'll just turn off iTunes then using my gift card. But I will watch the French Dispatch for sure. I definitely will be watching the French Dispatch and getting up a review for that. So you guys can look forward to that, because I'm very excited to talk about the French Dispatch, as it's because I missed it in theaters. You guys have no idea how much I really wanted to see the French Dispatch, but I'll see it eventually, so I promise you that. A few more comments. The French Dispatch is mostly an easy watch, and it's very different. Well, it's telling three different stories in three different acts, so I basically can see how that works. And my boy Fritzky is in here, who I did a live stream with last night. How you doing, buddy? I'm just about to wrap it up because I just wanted to get my quick thoughts about these movies out there before French Dispatch tomorrow. But I love Isle of Dogs, Grand Budapest Hotel, and Moonrise Kingdom. I love all three of these movies to death. I watched them all for the first time back in 2020. I love them, and even more that I think about them, I love them even more. So, it's a great stream, Luke. I hope you enjoy French Dispatch. Thanks, buddy. I missed French Dispatch in theaters, but I'll rent it first, and if I like it enough, I'll buy it physically. Yeah, if my Walmart doesn't have it, like I said, then I'll rent it first, and then probably buy it the next day, like after I watch it. But we'll see what I think of to do with it. Like, I'll see what I can do about it, like, because I do eventually want to own the French Dispatch. But you guys, thank you guys so much for coming by to hear the stream, and it's been a real fun time talking about the last three Wes Anderson films I haven't talked about yet. I just figured I'd do it in a live stream form, because I don't know. I love this movie. I really, really, really do. I love all three of them. And see you later, Alex. I will talk to you later at some point, man. Sounds good. And guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button for me down below, and also hit the notification bell, and also hit the thumbs up as well. So guys, thank you guys so much for clicking on this video here today. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next time with my review for the French Dispatch. So, peace out, rock on.